long as I'm winning, and which I know I'm going to do, and be victorious, on June 27th, I will be a 2-week division unified champ. So that's all that matters.
but you want to make it spectacular.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Jaron Ennis isn't just looking for a win on June 27th. He's predicting the total erasure of Xander Zayas to cement a legacy that skips the line straight to unified, multi-division greatness. Ennis isn't just looking to outpoint his rival. He is openly hunting for a highlight reel finish that leaves no doubt about who the real king of the division is.
I'm just saying, if you playing hypothetical,
you saying the knockout is gonna happen?
The knockout gonna happen for sure.
Oh,
so
I'm
gonna let it come though. You can't go looking for it. But if I don't get it, that's cool. As long as we still looking good, that's all that matters. Get the win. Look good.
You always bring up bets.
Ennis is so certain of the outcome that he's ready to put his entire purse on the line, daring his opponents to sign a side bet that would leave them broke after he's finished with them in the ring.
I don't bet myself, but I believe in myself that much. I'm willing to bet whatever. And so you make it light on yourself, and we can go to the back, whatever. Type the paperwork up, put the extra side bet on there. I believe in myself that much because I know what I'm going to do to these guys.
So you never bet on yourself in like DraftKings, all these big betting apps? You ever bet on?
Even though he shares the same heritage as Zayas, Eric Roman admits that the relentless pace Ennis sets will eventually become a nightmare that the young prospect simply won't be able to survive.
Look, put it like this, right? Like, we know Boots for a long time, right? Him, both his families, and obviously, I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm siding with my brother both on that one. I think that it's going to be an entertaining fight in the beginning. I would say the first 5-6 rounds is going to be competitive, mainly because Boots is smart. He knows that Xander can't fight. Xander's a big kid. He's not just going to sit there and trade with him. I don't know what they're thinking, what they see. I know that Coach Javier was my boy too, Centennial. Great coach on Xander's side. I know they're going to have a great game plan early. But the pace that you have to keep Boots off you, man, it's a hefty price, And I don't know if Xander's going to be able to do that, So I do think it's going to be competitive for, like I said, 5-6 rounds. But I think once Boots catches on and starts really hitting him to the body, touching him up with clean shots, I don't know if Xander could keep up, man.
Roman expects a grueling round-by-round dismantling rather than a quick knockout, predicting that Boots will systematically break Zayas' spirit until the referee is forced to step in late.
I'm going to call a late stoppage, maybe around 10-11.
10-11?
Yeah.
Now, a systematic breakdown after round 5 or 6, or one shot?
Yeah, nah, it'll be a systematic breakdown. I think Xander's too good to get hit with one shot clean and just go. I think he has a lot of heart. He's Puerto Rican. He's showed that he can fight and can scrap. I think Xander does everything really good, but I think Boots does everything really great. And that's going to be a difference in the later rounds.
Ennis acknowledges that Zayas brings a more versatile style than his past opponents, but he quickly shuts down any idea of a struggle, insisting that no one in the division actually possesses the tools to push him to his limits.
But I would say Xander a little better than those guys because I feel like he'd do a little more.
Like what?
I feel like with those guys, with Ortiz, what you getting. He coming straight for it.
Right.
With Fundora, he tall. With Xander, I feel like he could box a little bit, and he try to rumble too. So yeah.
Right, but that doesn't mean that he might be the toughest fight because maybe Fundora because of the height. What do you think? You don't know till you get in there.
I can't really say because I'm not in there with these guys yet. So, but to be honest, I don't think none of these guys touch for me. So
wow,
the weight difference doesn't faze him at all. In fact, Ennis warns that he has a long history of flattening much larger men in the gym and can't wait to see what happens when he switches to those small fight night gloves.
Be putting big guys out.
Yeah, cold. I've heard stories in the gym.
I'm talking about cold with 18s on. So what you think I'm gonna do with 8 ounces or 10 ounces on them? Because I'm at 54. What do you think I'm gonna do with 10 ounces on?
Is there any? I asked him because we interviewed him recently. I asked him what.
Boots breaks down the matchup with cold logic, claiming he holds the advantage in every single category from speed to IQ, leaving absolutely no room for a Zayas miracle. It's a bold claim that suggests he isn't just fighting an opponent, but is instead competing against his own shadow.
Like I said, I think he can better, but I think it's nothing he do better. Like I do everything. I jab better. I'm faster, smarter, stronger. I got more ability. Like defense better, everything.
So do you feel like, would you be satisfied if you don't?
Meanwhile, Tim Bradley highlights how Zayas has always carried himself with a maturity far beyond his years, behaving like a seasoned professional since his teens. This innate composure is exactly why the young fighter isn't blinking at the prospect of facing the most feared man in the division.
Look, I mean, yeah, I'm 50-50 on that. I look, Xander Zayas has never been a normal, how can I say this? He's always been mature for his age. It's like he's already done this before. You know, he signed, was top ranked, and the dude was like a junior in high school.
Right.
You know, he was young as hell. But the way he handles himself outside the ring, he's always handled himself as a professional, and like it's like he's been here before. It's like nothing fazed him. so like it doesn't surprise me that he's like, I want Boots. He's always said that he wanted to fight Boots. He's always said and told me that he's always wanted to fight Virgil Ortiz. He said he's like, I'll beat, Fedora. He said that too. He's like, I'll beat Fedora. I'll beat him right now, But I feel like from a talent standpoint, and he is talented as well. Xander has a really boxing high IQ. He does. And you can tell not only in the ring, but you can tell outside, even when he does commentary. He's an extremely smart kid, or young man, I should say.
There's a sense of disbelief at the risk Zayas is taking, especially considering most managers would steer a 23-year-old far away from a powerhouse like Ennis. This fight has forced Boots into a corner where he must finally prove the massive hype surrounding his name is actually backed by substance.
But at 23, 2 belts, and you want to face that guy? Like, I'm like, man, what? If I'm managing her, I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, calm your ass down real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, we can maybe beat him, but shit, we unsure. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like Boots is put in a situation in this fight to where he has to show the hell up and show the hell out. Because there's been so much hype and so much clout around him, and he hasn't gotten the opportunity to really showcase. I mean, the biggest opportunity that he got was when he fought against Ennis, and he passed that with flying colors.
The intensity is reaching a boiling point as Bradley explains that elite fighters like Ennis only get sharper when the stakes are at their highest. He compares the champion's focus to a blade being honed against stone, suggesting that we are about to see a version of Boots that is more dangerous than ever.
I don't think we've seen the best Boots yet, right? And I know one thing about like fighters that have like a really high skill set and have the mentality of a Boots Ennis. The one thing about us is that like when the competition gets better, so does our focus, so does our everything gets sharpened. Just put it that way. Everything. We become so dialed in, man, and so sharpened. It's like taking a knife and sliding against that little what do you call that? Metal or rock, sliding against that rock or metal, bro. And you're just sharpening it, and you just sharpening it, and just sharpening it.
It seems the challenge from Zayas has personally offended Ennis, waking up a beast that is now determined to make a violent example out of the young challenger. While Zayas' bravery is undeniable, Bradley warns that he is stepping into the ring with a man who feels he has everything to prove.
Like this fight right here is woken up a beast. And Boots has to prove that, hey, everything that y'all been saying about me is real, and I'm gonna show you in this fight against this guy right here who thinks just because he got 2 belts, that he can beat me, right? Boots is taking offense to this. He's taking offense to this, and so I think it's more so a fight where Boots has to show up and show the hell out and be the best version of himself. I think that this is a type of fight that can definitely raise somebody's game in like a Xander Zayas as well. It can definitely elevate his game. But he's not afraid, I'll tell you that much. Xander is not afraid. And he truly believes in his heart that he can beat Boots. Truly believes in his heart. And it's going to be amazing to see what happens, man, on that night. It is. It's going to be amazing to see.
While Bradley gives Zayas immense credit for not ducking the smoke, he ultimately leans toward Ennis due to the man's strength and prime physical peak that comes with age. He views this as a potential star-making night for Zayas, but fears the young prodigy might be walking into a trap before his body is truly ready for it.
And if he can pull this off, oh my goodness. A new star is born. Yeah, you know, a new star is born for sure. Puerto Rico is going to be going crazy because they know how dangerous this fight is as well. And they respect the fact that this young man is willing to risk it all. So, you know, hey, he's young. He's 23. Hey, take a leap of faith. If he fails the mission too, I mean, he's still got a lot more years to go, right? It'd be a great learning experience for him as well. So I respect him. I respect both these guys, but I really respect Xander Zayas for, again, not ducking any smoke.
But you're calling it 50-50 at this point.
60-40.
Okay.
60-40. I 60-40. I think Boots is just. I think he's more talented. I think he's more talented out of the bunch, and I think that Boots right now is right in the midst of his prime. So, you know, when you start hitting that 26, 27, 28 range, man, Xander still, even though his body looks like he's physically mature, right, he's not. You know what I mean? Like, he still has 3 to 4 years before he really gets to his full capacity and full man strength. You know, I say around 26, 27.
Drawing from his own experience sharing the ring with him, Atif Oberlton points to that grit and raw talent unique to Philadelphia fighters as the reason Ennis will dominate. He believes that while others might have skill, the sheer natural ability Boots possesses is on a completely different level.
I never seen Xander fight. I gotta give credit where it's due. In the boxing world, I feel like Jaron is a tremendous talent. He has the talent that goes to show, and I just feel like, you know, him being from Philadelphia, I feel like he's going to take the cake.
It's the combination of a freakish work ethic and God-given talent that makes Ennis nearly impossible to overcome in a real fight. When a fighter is this dialed in and refuses to be outworked, it creates a terrifying momentum that usually ends in a very short night for the opposition.
I say it's all of those things. I feel like that's the things that got him this far. So all he has to do is continue doing what he's doing and just continue working hard. From what I understand, he has a very hard work ethic too. So you can't beat that. When talent works, it works.
Michael Fox is tired of the critics moving the goalposts, pointing out that every time a supposed test is put in front of Ennis, he doesn't just win, he completely destroys them. He reminds everyone that Boots has already dismantled world-class talent, making top-tier fighters look like they didn't even belong in the same ring.
I'm picking Boots. I'm picking Boots just off of, like, you know, there's nothing everybody talk about, man. Boots ain't fought, Boots ain't done nothing. I mean, we just gonna act like he didn't become a unified champion at welterweight. We're gonna act like they moved the needle. I feel like they moved the needle for him, just in the sense of, like, y'all thought Roman V was gonna get in trouble. He stopped Roman V, monster floor with him. Y'all thought Stan Jones was gonna test him. He passed with flying colors. And then every time he passes y'all expectations, surpasses your expectations. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? But don't discredit Stan Jones. He was a world champion. Roman V, I mean, he was, y'all, like I said, the masses thought Roman V was going to give him some trouble. He didn't. You know what I'm saying?
He beat the guy that you wanted to see him fight, right? Ellis.
While Zayas has been impressive, Fox argues that he's often fought on his own terms and hasn't yet faced the kind of sharp, technical precision that Ennis brings to the table. He believes that physical size won't matter on June 27th because Ennis operates with a level of ring IQ that turns a bigger opponent's strength into a liability.
And then this thing about it too, like shout out to Xander, because he fought a boss Morale, and he won and he fought. But I mean, if we really look at it, it was all on his terms. He fought him in Puerto Rico, bro. And you can't nobody even name the dude he beat for the WBO before you want to talk about what motherfuckers have and have not done. These dudes have done the same thing. They like how they get moved. It depends on how quick they do it. But they both unified champion. A former unified champion is taking on the current unified champion. And June 27th, I got Boots just based off of Xander's a big youngin', but Boots he's about a grown up now. He's like what, 28, 29? Yeah. He in his prime years. Like y'all basing it off of Xander gonna be bigger. All right, Boots doesn't move off of y'all call it weight, but he doesn't move off of being bigger than everybody. That's a sharp dude. Just give him his credit. That's a sharp dude, and it's going to be a good fight.
Despite acknowledging the talent Zayas possesses, Fox is standing firm on a victory for Ennis. Whether it's through a dominant points victory or a late round finish, he envisions a scenario where the pressure eventually becomes too much to handle, leading to a definitive stoppage as the fight enters the championship round.
I pick Boots. If you pick Xander, I understand why, but I'm picking Boots.
Decision and stoppage.
If it's a stoppage, it's going to be late. It'll be a late stoppage. If not...
Ronnie Shields warns that while Ennis has the edge in experience, Zayas is a legitimate world champion who shouldn't be overlooked for even a second. He believes that if Boots isn't perfectly dialed in, the young challenger has the power and the pedigree to pull off a massive upset.
You know what? This is going to be a great fight. I mean, really and truly, it's going to be a great fight. Boots has all the skills in the world. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. But Xander can really fight. I mean, this guy is not world champion for nothing. He's a world champion for a reason. And, you know, and I know Boots is not going to take this lightly. But, you know, I give the edge to Boots just because of the guys he's fought already. But you can't close your eyes on Xander because this kid can really go. And, you know, if you catch him on a good night.
The legendary trainer explains that holding a world title changes a fighter's DNA, giving them an extra gear and a desperate hunger to keep what they've earned. This makes Zayas a terrifying threat who will dig deeper than ever before, forcing Ennis to reach a level of intensity he may have never needed until now.
Number one thing, right, is winning a world championship makes you 10 to 15% better fighter. Anyway, you know, he don't want to give that up. You know, so the training, everything is going to be different for this guy because he knows this is the biggest fight of his life right now. You know, there are other big fights out there, but this is the biggest fight of his career. So, and you know, being champion, you want to keep that. So this kid is going to dig deep as he possibly could to do everything he can to win this fight. That makes Boots have to do the same because if he doesn't, you know, he's going to be in for a long night.
There is a psychological trap waiting for any fighter who starts feeling invincible, and Shields wonders if that overconfidence might be the only crack in Ennis's armor. He points out that Zayas is in the rare position of being a champion with the nothing-to-lose mentality of an underdog, making him an incredibly unpredictable animal in the ring.
I agree with that. He is probably, but...
Why is that? What is he showing you?
Just his skill set. I mean, and the guys he's beat some really good guys. Yes. So you have to look at all of that. But here's the thing, right? And this happens over and over and over again. Sometimes you start believing that you're invincible, and unless you keep grounded, then you don't know what's in the guy's head until he gets in that ring, and then you see what's going on. So. You know, so we just have to wait and see on this one. I mean, because, you know, Xander has nothing to lose. He has everything to gain, although he's the champion of the world. So it may sound ridiculous, but that's the way it is for him in this fight.
The clash between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Xander Zayas is more than just a title fight. It is a collision of two completely different destinies. While Ennis looks to solidify his status as the most dangerous man in boxing by hunting for a spectacular knockout, Zayas is out to prove that his youth and world champion pedigree are enough to derail the hype train once and for all. Whether it ends in a clinical breakdown or a shocking upset, the boxing world will finally get an answer to whether Boots is the pound-for-pound king we've been promised, or if Zayas is ready to take over the throne. What do you think about this high-stakes matchup, and do you believe Jaron Ennis will deliver on his promise of a brutal stoppage, or will Xander Zayas use his high IQ to outclass the favorite? Who do you have winning when the dust settles on June 27th? And is the size advantage of Zayas going to play a major role in the later rounds? Does Boots truly belong at the top of the pound-for-pound rankings if he handles a champion like Zayas with ease? And could this be the performance that finally lures the other big names in the division into the ring? If Zayas manages to pull off the upset, where does that leave the future of the welterweight division? And how quickly would we see a rematch between these two elite warriors? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.